Every now and then I forget to make the Kriegsspiel videos that I'm supposed to make, and so I lose track. I didn't do one at the start of the day on the 11th, and I really should have, whether it be 0300 or midnight. So here we are at noon on the 11th, and I got to do some catching up. So let's talk. Number one, it is a clear day, so there's no limitations in movement. It will be remembered that everybody spent yesterday resting. Everybody had gotten a bit of a scrape. There had been a lot of marching. Poland is big, and so they rested. Today, well, let's see. I've got some areas marked. Number one, over here at Friedland, our guy Bagration, he has ordered at 10 o'clock, he ordered the march to start. Platos Cossacks and then the rest of his boys to move this way, and then to come down this way to confront Schippenbeil. This is going to be a huge problem if they make it, and I don't think they will. I think the timing is just against them because of how bloody slowly they march. Because Bessieres guys, as well as Maraz, are tapped out. Maraz from marching, and Bessieres, again, you'll recall, had a huge fight up at Friedland against this behemoth division that Bagration has, and it would be bad. Here in the center, Napoleon has done a good job of trying to sort his guys out and get them resting. We have Lannes' corps, we have Mortier's corps, and we have Bernadotte's corps that have all sort of deployed here north of the Ala, hoping against hope to get back a little strength. The only one that really, I think, if memory serves, is in any kind of condition is Lannes' corps. But yeah, they've got relatively low fatigue and decent morale, and you've got the guard here in Oudinot and Lefebvre, so these guys could fight. Most of the others couldn't. Those that are circled here next to Napoleon, these are the fellows that fled battle 2 days ago, and they are still trying to put themselves back together. Same story here for Marchand, who is still at a very low morale, and, well, his fatigue is coming down, so that'll be better. Here, these guys have basically parked for another day. I haven't had any orders from them. I was told by Barclay de Tolly, there he is, by Barclay de Tolly that he was supposed to march, but he said there was supposed to be a cavalry screen. The problem, he said the cavalry screen was going to be Uvarov's cavalry. He doesn't have them. They're over here. You can see that. So he's going to have to get that sorted out, and the clock is running. And, of course, these fellows are up here. I will also note that marching down has been Gorchakov's 18th Division and Labanov's 17th Division. You'll remember they came all the way from here. So they have been on a long, slow slog, and they finally made it, so hooray to them. Okay, I'm going to start this log jam down here. This is finally broken. Part of the reason, and I have to confess this to good old Tolstoy here, is we've had two dropouts. One is Bessieres, who told us he had to leave, and that's unfortunate. But also, we've lost Davout. I just lost contact with him. He hasn't responded to emails in some time. So I've rolled some dice, and I've tried to figure out what Davout would do and not take advantage of the fact that I know things that obviously Davout wouldn't. And so here's what I've had Davout do. Number one, it's clear from the messages he's got from Napoleon that he isn't doing bugger all here. And Tolstoy has done a magnificent job of pinning down, as we've talked about, 1, 2, 3 French corps here in this corner of nowhere. So finally I've had Davout march off. He has taken 2 guys this way. Tolstoy broke off 1,000 men, his horse, Volkonsky's horse, and he's had them march these guys. Sooner or later I thought, there's just no way that Davout is going to let those guys ghost him the whole way back to Eylau. So instead, I had Marolaz's cavalry stop there and face off. They're in a staring contest. Eventually, they're going to have to follow. I've also sent Gudin down here to Zambro. Why? Because I do have to protect Warsaw. And Davout knows that Napoleon and Massena have ordered Gisson to leave and to make a very long drive. He'll just, I guess he could, we'll find out, but it's a long, long walk to being relevant. But he's started that walk, and as you can see, I jotted down, he's supposed to get to Neidenberg, and I even have further orders. So this logjam is broken. In addition, Soult has marched this way to Johannesburg. Massena himself is here. He's now not, because we know that Soult is pursuing up this way to Rennes, he is going to pursue over this way to Ortelsburg. He won't get too far today. He's plunging into these woods, which doesn't slow you down, but he is going to plunge into those woods and see where he goes. So these guys are trying to get to the point where they can help the emperor. It is still a long way away, especially if Napoleon himself doesn't back up and try to make his way rearward. So again, we have this group trying to rest. This group even more so. This group is resting. This group is marching, if slowly. and these guys are on their way in. So pieces are moving. I'll remind everyone that the game ends at the end of the 14th. The end of the 14th. So we'll see what happens by then. Oh, Kriegsspiels are so great. You just never know. 1200.